Yo, 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 yo. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live for the night, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. I'm just chilling at the crib now, just feeling extremely blessed, man. Got my little man in the other room, just getting his sleep in, counting his Z's or whatever, man. So I'm gonna definitely try to make this live as not as quick as possible, but I'm definitely not going to be on here too long. You know what I mean? Because I do want to kick it with my man, and with my little man, and just enjoy the rest of the night, man. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. If I could get a like as soon as you come in, it'll be very much appreciated. What's going on? Dangerous Desires, Bullies. What's going on? What's going on? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody's family is okay, and I hope that today for y'all went as positive as possible. Today was pretty rocky for me. I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. It's just been a couple days where, it's been nonstop BS, man. But it is what it is, man. That come with life, and always get better at that. So I ain't tripping. Shout out to my boy Chris in the building. What's going on? What's going on? We got some things that we need to currently discuss in the boxing world, man. I'm gonna let a few more of y'all get in. Hit the like button as soon as you come in, y'all. We're gonna talk about who will come out on the top of the lightweight division, the 135-pound division. Who is the man in the division? Who's gonna, when the dust settles, who gonna be the last one standing? We're gonna speak about that. We're gonna speak about Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin's undercard, and exactly what our thoughts are on the card as a whole. You see what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get into that, and we're gonna get into some open boxing topics as well. But like I said, I'm gonna let a few more people get in here. Stop motion. What's going on? What's going on? What's up? What's up? We on the road to 2K, man. Let me check how many subscribers we got, man. I haven't really been on my phone much today. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. You know what I mean? But we at 1985 right now. 15 more subscribers, and we hit that 2K mark, man. I remember when we were so far away from that mark, and I was like, damn, when the hell we ever gonna hit this? You know what I'm saying? We went days without getting subscribers sometime. And, with consistency, hard work, you see what I mean? Determination. We almost there, y'all. So let's keep it going, man. Hit the like button so that people can see, the new subscribers can see that, new potential subscribers could check out the channel. You know what I'm saying? Share the video so we can expose the channel to the world. You feel what I mean? All the effort that you guys been putting in, supporting me, is very much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's in the building. What's going on? Boxing Film. What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? Let a few more of y'all get in here. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna chop it up. I usually give it around 5 minutes. Tesla, what up? What up? He said many blessings. Likewise, my brother. I hope everything is well with you. Boxing Film says 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, and so on. Then you on the big stage. That's the ultimate goal, my brother. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Like, I can't wait to, get myself in a position where I can do some commentary, analyze fights and stuff like that, man. I just want to take part in the boxing world to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? Diego, what up? What up? He says Frank is easy pickings for Tank. Well, that's what a lot of people say, man. And you know what I mean? I see why a lot of people will say that. He's a guy that stands directly in front of you. He's a stepper for real. That's what a lot of people call him. That's exactly what he is. And based off of that last fight that he had with Howard Tanyan Artem, the one that Shakur Stevens is about to fight, he's very susceptible to body shots. You know what I'm saying? And Gervonta Davis, he loves to place them body shots. Whether you're talking about the Jesus Cuellar fight, whether we're talking about the Ryan Garcia fight, whether we're talking about the Mario Barrios fight, he's vicious with the body shots. He has pinpoint precision. And that's something Frank Martin definitely got to be working on defensively in the gym, you know what I mean, to avoid, getting stopped to the body. You feel what I mean? That's just my honest opinion. So I can see why people feel like Frank Martin is tailor-made for Tank. But I do think that Frank Martin is going to give Tank some obstacles. You know what I'm saying? I think that, despite Gervonta Davis talking all this trash to Frank Martin and stuff like that, I think he knows that Frank Martin ain't nobody to really play with. That's somebody you got to seriously prepare for. Gervonta been putting in work. He's been very focused lately. And I think that he's going to prepare to the best of his ability. I do think that there's some concern on Gervonta Davis's mind, which is a good thing because it'll help him prepare to the best of his ability. He's going to be studying a lot more. He's going to be taking this very serious. He's going to be extremely focused. So I'm looking forward to this fight. You know what I mean? Is it the fight to be made? Obviously not. You feel what I mean? I think we all know what the big fights to be made with Gervonta Davis are at this point in time. But, Uh, yeah, that's just what it is. Ray Davis, what up? What up? He says, "Peace, Mark, on my way." Oh, all right. I was actually supposed to join y'all live, man, but I fucking fell asleep, dog, and I woke up at 10:30. By the time I had woke up, I already had to prepare for my show, man. That's my apology. That's my irresponsibilities. I'm gonna definitely make up for that. You know what I mean? I am a man of my word. Coffee Plant says that's gonna happen soon. Okay. Did you see Tank Davis talking crazy to Turkey? No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't really understand what all the animosity is about with Turkey El Sheikh, man. I never even heard anybody have a problem with Turkey El Sheikh. You feel what I mean? From what I know, Turkey El Sheikh has been wanting to do business with all of the big fighters in the boxing game. Let's make sure it's not him. All right. I never heard him having a problem with anybody in the sport of boxing. It seems like he's making the big fights happen. He's putting his money where his mouth is. And the fact that Gervonta Davis is going out of his way to disrespect this man, it really don't make sense. It's like you might be burning the bridge that you may need to come across at one point in time, especially what Turkey Al Sheikh is doing now. He's making fights happen in the U.S. He's looking to make fights happen in New York. You know what I'm saying? If he were to make the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight, he wants that to happen in the States. You feel what I mean? So this isn't a situation where Gervonta has to travel to Saudi Arabia or anything like that. He's a big name. Turkey Al Sheikh understands that. And you know, I'm sure that if Gervonta Davis didn't run his mouth so much, I'm sure they could come to an agreement, actually make some money together. I don't really understand what all the animosity is about. I had seen an interview where he was speaking about how he feels like Turkey Al Sheikh is rocking with Devin Haney and shit like that. I don't really understand that perspective, man. Maybe he ran into Devin Haney first, had conversations with him first, whatever the situation is, but that doesn't necessarily correlate with him rocking with Devin Haney more. I'm sure that he just want to make these big fights happen. You feel what I mean? And why the fuck does it even matter to you? You talking about the whole world could be against you, and you wouldn't care. So why are you so passionate to shit on Turkey Al Sheikh if he favors Devin Haney? You feel like you could beat him? What you worried about? You feel what I mean? But it is what it is. Ray Davis said, "We closing out the show. I meant we on our way over to the channel." Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Tank said he paid celebs to show up to the Fury fight. And if he did, so what? Why is that his business? I don't really understand that. Maybe he does do that. I remember there was a point in time where he had like every big time celebrity at the fights. I forgot exactly who the hell was fighting. I think it was Fury and Ngannou. Bro, he had every big time athlete there, all the boxing legends. So what if he cutting them a check to come? Why is that your concern? It's like Gervonta Davis, he just be bored, bro. I don't know if he just be trolling motherfuckers. He just be looking to run his mouth. He don't be having nothing to do in training camp. But my brother, like, that's why is that any of your concern? You know what I'm saying? I don't really be understanding his like perspective. You know what I'm saying? All right, if he is paying him, what the fuck that got to do with you? What's your point, Tank? Like, what's your point, man? Hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. Like, I rock with Tank, bro. But I can see why a lot of people feel like I don't rock with Tank because I'm steady calling him out on his BS. But I actually like the dude as a fighter. You feel what I mean? I actually think that he could beat a lot of people. But I don't know, bro. It'd be certain times where it'd be hard to like the dude as a person and how the way he be coming across on social media and shit like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Very arrogant individual. Chris says, you see Clarissa Shields hating on the three undisputed champ post. I don't think it's necessarily her hating. I think it's just her feeling like she left out. You know what I'm saying? What Clarissa Shields got to understand is when we talking about men's boxing, um, they're specifically speaking about men. Just because they're specifically speaking about them doesn't necessarily mean that they're discrediting you or they acting like you don't exist. Whenever you got a fight coming up, people acknowledge you. I mean, people tune into your fights. You are one of the biggest female attractions in the sport of boxing. Your problem is you're so infatuated with being compared to a man that you catch a little hissy fit. You know what I'm saying? You be having a whole titty attack whenever somebody mentions men accomplishments and you not involved. It's a totally separate genre. It's like, when LeBron James dropped the most points in NBA history. I think he's like number one in total points in NBA history. That's like the fucking woman that has the most points in NBA history coming out and saying, in the WNBA history, whatever female got the most points in WNBA history coming out and be like, oh, but you guys don't ever give me my credit, man. I'm number one in the WNBA in total points scored, so why are you guys only showing love to LeBron? It's like, yo, this is not your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's two totally different things. And I mean, just to keep it 1,000, the majority of fans that watch boxing tune in to watch men's boxing. Women's boxing has gotten a lot more popular. They generating revenue. They doing some big things. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Carissa Shields, even Bumgarner cheating ass. You see what I'm saying? They making a name for themselves. They getting bigger checks or whatever. But the reality of the situation is, and this isn't like a sexist thing at all, it's pretty simple. Men's boxing is the more popular attraction, so people are going to want to talk about that more because it gets more clicks, it gets more views. If I was to do videos, and I could easily talk about women's boxing, there's nothing really. My videos wouldn't really gain any traction. A lot of people don't really care about it. But if I go and I speak about Ryan Garcia facing Gervonta and Gervonta Davis fighting Shakur or whatever, that's when the views start rolling in. Whenever I talk about Teofimo Lopez crazy ass, the views start rolling in. It's just men's boxing is the hotter attraction, unfortunately. And I don't know why Clarissa Shields just can't seem to stay in her lane. It's like whenever men are being brought up, she wants to be acknowledged with them so bad. It's like, we don't view you the same as men. You see what I'm saying? She want to be viewed in the same light as them. That's just not what it is. And whenever you bring up men and don't bring up women, it's like you have to bring up women every time we speaking about men when it comes to Clarissa Shields. And if you don't, then she views you as sexist and shit like that. You know what I mean? But that's just the type time she on. You see what I'm saying? Will the B sample results come out 12 p.m. even though he's most likely dirty? I don't know exactly what time the B sample is going to be coming out, but damn, I should have actually made a video about that because I think the results are dropping tomorrow. But I think we all know in the reality of the situation, man, the B sample is going to be dirty. It's going to have ostarine in it. And, there's going to be a crazy situation unfold. We're going to see if New York State Athletic Commission is going to put their foot down. You know what I'm saying? You thought they was going to put their foot down. It's interesting to see if they're going to put their foot down or not. Are they going to rule it a no contest? Are they going to give Devin Haney the DQ win? It's going to be interesting to see how that shit happens. You see what I'm saying? What you thought that you was going to be allowed to speak about the last masculinity we had left? That's a good point. I'm gonna call you UUP. I'm gonna call you P for sure. Coffee Plant says we're gonna wake up and see if Haney is still undefeated. That's gonna be interesting, man. Well, I'm gonna be up before that result come out for sure. We definitely gonna see what's going on. I can't wait to make a video about it. Dangerous said that the commission tested him as well. I don't know if the commission tested him. I know that it was ran through VADA. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know the particulars on the situation. I just know the reality. And that's that Ryan Garcia tested positive for ostarine. And on the 22nd, they're going to be testing the B sample. And, yeah. And then whatever happens from there, it's gonna shake up the boxing world either way. If they rule it a no contest, there's going to be a lot of people upset about that. If they give Devin Haney the DQ win, there's going to be a lot of people coming at Devin Haney for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be something to talk about regardless. Equip FC says Clarissa's boyfriend doesn't put her in her place. She be beefing every man out there. I don't know. Yeah, man, he probably like a yes man at the end of the day. He probably intimidated of her, so he just probably be letting her rock. But in all honesty, man, she do need to chill out. You see what I'm saying? She do need to chill out. She need to stop worrying about men so much. Because what you're doing is Clarissa Shields feels like she's trying to front like she putting on for women's boxing and that she's all for women and shit like that. But how the way she come across and how she consistently is trying to compare herself to men is given a little bit of an inferiority complex. You see what I'm saying? When you constantly got to compare yourself to somebody in order to make yourself feel good and justified, I guess, in what you do, then it's because you low key feel like that person is superior to you, or that certain lane is superior to the lane that you're currently in. I think that Clarissa Shields understands that men's boxing is the more popular, lane in boxing in comparison to women's boxing, which is obvious. I think it bothers her that she's not in like within the same relevance as men. So she goes out of her way to try to, say that she'll fight men, and she just wants to stand out from the women. She feels like being a woman isn't enough for her. It's a lot of insecurity on Clarissa Shields' side. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel what I mean? I think very insecure woman who's showing an inferiority complex. That's just what I think. But obviously, if you let her tell it, then she not insecure at all. Blah blah blah. It is what it is, man. I ain't about to even go back and forth with her about that shit. But uh, she definitely in her mind feels like she's inferior to men, which is why she keeps comparing herself to men. You see the trailer of the new boxing game coming out in October. Yeah, I think it was the Undisputed one. Uh, I did see little clips and stuff like that. I love the fact that somebody finally came out with a boxing game. You know what I mean? It's been a very long time since we had a boxing game. So I seen that they've been working on it for a long time. Actually, in a group chat on Facebook, like an undisputed, like the boxing game group chat, the undisputed boxing game group chat on Facebook. And I've seen like they've been consistently working on it. Little by little, they adding more and more fighters on. So I think that that's a game that's going to be a pretty good one. You know what I mean? They investing a whole lot into it, and hopefully it's a good game that we could get on and play. Because for the longest, I haven't played my PS4 in years, PS5, whatever you want to call it. I just been playing UFC and shit because they ain't been having no boxing games that really catch my attention. Even the ones that's like on the app store and shit like that ain't doing nothing for me. So hopefully this undisputed game is pretty good. Oh, all right, her husband to get money, nigga. I mean, regardless of what the situation is, I mean, he definitely should be sitting down with his girl and try to, get in her head about certain things because she not moving right, in my opinion. Mike Golden says Clarissa gonna get what she's asking for one day. She already got dropped by nobody in sparring. She probably doing it for clout, though, to be honest. I mean, it's definitely for clout. I don't think that she would do it if she felt like she wasn't gonna get anything out of it. She knows that they will never sanction her to fight a man. You see what I mean? So obviously she's doing it for attention and for people to talk about her. I think that she wants to be in it. She wants to share the same light as men in boxing. But the only problem is you're not a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not in men's boxing. So it's almost like Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? You see how she popping off in the WNBA right now. Seeing that, guys like Anthony Edwards is getting all this attention, and that she constantly wants to put herself in the same headline as Anthony Edwards. Can't want to keep comparing herself to Anthony Edwards. Oh, Anthony Edwards dropped. Oh, he dropped 16 points last night, and I dropped 30. Why isn't anybody talking about me? You know what I'm saying? That type shit. That's what it gives off to me. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless, it is what it is, man. Let's get them likes up as soon as we come in the building, man. The views are pretty low today, man. I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know if we didn't get these notifications out here. I don't know. We actually be doing around 30 around this point in time. So we got 18 likes though. So I appreciate everybody that's been doing that. I don't know what's going on, but we still gonna make it do what it do. You know what I mean? I ain't phased at all. Let me make sure I tell the group chat that I'm live. You know what I'm saying? And let's get it popping. We definitely gonna speak about this because of me. What you mean, P? What you talking about? Gbo, what up? The mob is here. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let's talk about the lightweight division and who we feel like is gonna come out on top of the division now that everybody, since Devin Haney has vacated, there's a champion for every belt as of right now, man. You see what I'm saying? Uh, I got a group chat on Instagram with a few of my day one subscribers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, Kofi. But all the champions, I mean, every belt at 135 is now being occupied by a champion. You feel what I'm saying? So whether we talking about the WBC, we got Shakur Stevenson, IBF, Vasyl Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, WBA, Dennis Berinchek, WBO, man. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who comes out at the top of this division, man. Emmanuel Navarrete bit the dust. You know what I mean? I believe it was last week against Dennis Berinchek. So now there's a lot of questions as to who's exactly going to get the opportunity first, like the big opportunities first. And I'm really looking over the situation and exactly what's going on. Shakur Stevens' last fight is coming up with Top Rank. In all honesty, it seems like he's going to explore free agency. He doesn't seem too optimistic about coming back to Top Rank. So with that being known, he might not get the ultimate opportunity against Vasyl Lomachenko, unfortunately. That's a fight that I was really looking forward to seeing at one point in time. Still do. You know, if they still able to make this happen at the end of the year, whatever, what have you, I'll be extremely pleased with that. But it just seems like Top Rank doesn't want to give Shakur that ultimate opportunity because he doesn't seem like he's committed with signing back with them. And if they're not benefiting from Shakur Stevenson fighting they golden goose with Vasyl Lomachenko, then I think they'll be very hesitant to put that fight together. I think the fight that'll most likely happen at the end of this year, you know what I mean, or towards the end of this year, would be Vasyl Lomachenko versus Dennis Berinchek. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a fight that could, you know, definitely sell a little bit, definitely could gain some attention because as far as I'm concerned, both of these guys are Ukrainian fighters. And you know they actually I'm sure that they have some type of friendship. I seen a picture where they had shared a photo together. I think it was like Usyk, Berinchek, Vasyl Lomachenko, and I think I'm missing somebody else. But regardless, they had taken like a whole photo together. I'm sure they have history, and that's a fight that could definitely happen. You know, K2 Promotions along with Top Rank, they could definitely come together and do that for two belts. You see what I mean? And I'm sure Top Rank want they lick back because you know, with Dennis Berinchek being at K2 Promotions and Emmanuel Navarrete being a Top Rank fighter, that WBO belt is heavily associated with Top Rank. So they definitely looking to get that belt back. Vasyl Lomachenko versus Dennis Berinchek, that'll be an Ari John. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people actually compare Dennis Berinchek to Vasyl Lomachenko, saying that he's he's a version of Vasyl Lomachenko, but with slower feet. You know what I'm saying? I heard people actually say that. You feel what I mean? Shout out to my boy Chris with the $2 super chat. He says, hit the like. I'm going to turn y'all into barbecue sandwiches. Y'all heard the man. Stop playing with the boy. You see what I mean? Hit the like button as soon as you come and support the channel. We on the road to 2K, man. I think we only need like 15 more subscribers to ultimately get where we going. Shout out to my boy Chris with the super chat, man. I appreciate the support as always. You see what I'm saying? So, I believe that Shakur Stevenson, he's crying, talking about he's blackballed and shit like that. That may be true. He may be getting blocked out of these opportunities. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. However, Shakur don't got nobody to blame but himself. I spoke about that multiple times. So I don't think Shakur Stevenson is gonna get that ultimate opportunity against Vasyl Lomachenko unless he changes his mind and commits to Top Rank for another deal. You see what I mean? Now looking at Vasyl Lomachenko, I can see him honestly getting every opportunity that's in front of him. You see what I mean? Top Rank, they look out for their boy Vasyl. They make sure he get everything he want. And uh, even though he doesn't seem like he's motivated how he used to be, this could be an opportunity where he could get an extremely lucrative fight with Gervonta Davis, assuming that he comes out successful against Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? If he comes out successful against Frank Martin and is still the WBA lightweight champion of the world, then it'll be a huge fight between Vasyl Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis. Both of them guys have history between each other all the way back, dating all the way back to when they were both champions at the 130-pound division. They were really pushing for that fight. Top Rank, Bob Arum, Vasyl Lomachenko, they was really calling out for that fight. But, you know, Gervonta Davis's team, for whatever reason, felt like that fight didn't need to be made at that moment. They felt like Vasyl was older, Gervonta was younger, and they felt like that Vasyl was in a rush at that point in time to make these big fights happen because he didn't have much time left on his career, and Gervonta was young coming up, so he had time to, you know, grow and develop as a fighter. So they just felt like the timing wasn't right. They didn't believe in Gervonta Davis's likelihood of beating Lomachenko at that time. However, it does seem like things are changing up. It seems like Gervonta Davis is in his prime at this point in time. It seems like although Vasyl Lomachenko looked sensational against George Kambosos, I think it's safe to say that he is he's definitely slowing down. You see what I'm saying? I just think that George Kambosos was a style that was tailor made for Vasyl Lomachenko, so he's going to look good against that type style every time. However, he's definitely not the Vasyl Lomachenko that was at 26 and 30. I think we can all agree on that. Because if he was still that same fighter that fought Gary Russell, Nicholas Walters, you know what I'm saying, Mariaga, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that, then I don't know if Gervonta would even look in his direction. You know what I'm saying? But this could be a situation where Gervonta Davis could take advantage of an older Lomachenko. Who knows? But Vasyl Lomachenko is still game. He still has a lot in the tank, in my opinion, in comparison to a lot of people who are 36 years old. And if that fight were to happen, I wouldn't be mad at it. You see what I mean? It is an older Lomachenko. They did start that boy out, but Loma is still dangerous. You see what I'm saying? Boxing Film says, I still think the tank that beat Pedraza will beat Loma. He was just held back by Floyd Money Mayweather. I agree with that. I was one of very few people who thought that Tank had what it took to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. You see what I mean? I think he's highly intelligent. He's quick, fast hands, good combination punches. He's accurate, and he has a fucking bomb in that left hand. Well, either hand, honestly. You see what I mean? I feel like Vasyl Lomachenko don't like it to the body. Pause. I think that Tank places beautiful body shots that could ultimately break Loma down. He's a come forward fighter, so Tank don't really got to look for him. So it'll have been interesting. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that Floyd, Leonard Ellaby, whoever the fuck is responsible for a guy to his career, definitely held him back. There was a lot of fights that Gervonta could have took that could have ultimately took his career and resume to the next level. He's still a big fighter. Let's not get it wrong. He's one of the biggest stars in the sport. But I think that his resume could have had a lot more quality if they didn't hold him back so much. You see what I mean? Because one of the biggest criticisms about Gervonta right now, it's not really his skills or, you know what I'm saying, his overall abilities. It's really his resume. You know what I'm saying? People feeling like he fights a certain style and he doesn't go outside of the blueprint that Mayweather and them give him. You feel what I mean? So I do think them holding him back ultimately hurt him. You see what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. What? Yo, Pete, what is you talking about, bro? What is you talking about? If Mosley could come out saying he's clean after copping a plea, then y'all gonna let talk about clean fights. If y'all gonna let Ryan make fun of children who was passed through the fire, don't be ashamed of the chat, bro. What is you talking about? You all over the place, my brother. You got some liquor in your system. I'm lost. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Who got the best IQ at 135 right now? I think Loma or Shakur. Uh, I'm gonna say Shakur. I'm gonna say Shakur. If we going between Loma and Shakur, I think Shakur is extremely intelligent. You know what I mean? I think Shakur is extremely intelligent. So you know what I mean? But I think that Gervonta Davis has a strong IQ as well. So it's really subjective, man. I mean, ain't no right answer. Pagas says Loma is better than Shakur. Based off what? Based off what? What does he do better than Shakur? I think people seen that Edwin De Los Santos fight and completely forgot how good Shakur Stevenson is. I don't know if Loma's better than Shakur. I think that Loma's team don't feel that way because they don't seem too optimistic about fighting the man. Loma's team definitely avoided the Shakur Stevenson fight. That was a fight they could have definitely made. You see what I mean? They could have fought for the WBC title. Instead, they fought for a vacant IBF title against George Kambosos. For sure, and that's facts. You feel me? Coffee Plant says, was you quite surprised Tank walking around the WBA champ after saying belts ain't nothing and he gonna throw the belt away? I think he was forced to take that belt. No, I just think that Gervonta Davis be running his fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? He be getting fed these bullshit narratives and he just be rocking with it. Uh, he just not standing on his word, bro. That's not the first time. You know, Gervonta Davis has said something and then he didn't do it. I remember when they was going to elevate him from regular champion to full status champion. He talking about I'm gonna throw that shit out, and then he never did. So I don't be understanding these dudes, man. They be acting like these belts don't matter. Floyd Mayweather was one of the first people I heard. I heard Mike Tyson say it too. He said belts collect dust, but I think Floyd really the one who really maximized the idea that belts don't matter, and I can't feed my family with those belts. But because you're a champion, you're able to get these paydays. You know what I'm saying? The belts might not feed your family, but with you having those belts on your resume, it can allow you to maximize your bag so you can feed your family. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Floyd Mayweather understands this though, man. I never seen Floyd Mayweather walk into a ring without his belts. You feel what I mean? So belts are definitely important. They are a part of your legacy. And they are a big part whenever you're looking over accolades. It's very hard to find fighters' accolades without mentioning the world title. You know what I'm saying? Mike said that after he was old, though, not active. Yeah, I understand that stop motion. I just remember him saying that. He's like, these belts, like, they're meaningless and shit like that. I just remember him saying that. But I do remember that was, after his retirement, of course. I do remember that. You know what I'm saying? But Floyd was talking about how belts collect dust while he was active. Meanwhile, he holding the belt every time he get his hand raised in the ring. So if we really going to shit on belts, why wear them? Why flaunt them? Why show them off if they meaningless? Why don't you just show off the check that you get since you strictly about money? It's all bullshit. Has Tank ever been in Philly? I'm sure he has. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen him in Philly. But, Philly ain't too far from Baltimore. So, maybe he has been. I have no idea. I seen Tank in Reading, PA. I seen Tank in Reading, PA at the Santander Arena. I seen him there with Adrian Broner at one point in time, but I'm sure Tank has been in Philly. He shouted out a Philly fighter, somebody that I used to work with, Ativo Burlton. You know what I'm saying? So he's familiar with Philly, man. He said Tank, Duck, and Mazuma. Don't say that. Don't say that. Mike saying that out of his heart. Floyd saying that out of envy and jealousy. Good point. He said, oh, you probably saw Tank when he was walking around the heavyweight. Yeah, that's exactly when I saw him. Him and AB. AB had like a blazer on with a V-neck T-shirt that had a big-ass gut. And Tank head was, motherfucking cheeks was all swollen paws. You know what I'm saying? Just big as hell, round-ass face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they was definitely enjoying life at that time for sure. They definitely was on some BS around that time. They was definitely getting lit on a daily basis. Equip FC says, if you were Frank's coach, what would be the game plan to beat Tank? Well, first of all, we're gonna tighten up on the defense. You know what I'm saying? We got to be prepared for what Gervonta brings to the table, which is devastating power. So I would take a page out of Isaac Cruz's book and just keep his high guard nice and tight. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? Because and Derrick James fighters do that well. Jermell Charlo had a good high guard. Earl had a good high guard. So I would definitely work on, defense. You know what I'm saying? What I will also do is I would be looking to really just stay active. You feel what I mean? And not being predictable with the offense. Because we've seen time and time again, whenever people get too predictable with their offense with Tank, he can make adjustments on the fly and hit you with a counter. You know what I'm saying? He can make you pay. When he noticed that Rolly Romero was just lunging in with shots and wasn't bringing his hands back, he made him pay for it with the left hand. When Leo Santa Cruz was throwing the same right hand over and over and over and over again, he made him pay the price for that. Ryan Garcia just lunging in with the left hook. Gervonta Davis seen it. He adjusts. He rolled underneath, hitting with the left hand. You feel what I'm saying? So I will learn from those fights that Gervonta Davis was in, and I would just work on just having a variety of combinations, just being unpredictable, not giving them the same looks over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna give them a look that you gave them previously, just make sure it's not in a certain pattern, because Gervonta Davis is watching you. He is, he's definitely gathering all the information necessary, and he's definitely looking to hit you with that kill shot. You feel me? So yeah, that's what I would really be working on. Definitely getting in top shape. You know what I mean? Fighting Gervonta Davis, your conditioning definitely gotta be on point, because if you were to get dazed or rocked by Gervonta Davis, you want that conditioning on your side so you can recover easier. You feel what I mean? You're gonna have to do a lot, man. You're gonna have to be the best version of yourself when you fight Gervonta Davis, and you got to be defensively responsible. You cannot lose focus against Gervonta. I think it'll really be a lot of, mental work going into a Gervonta Davis fight, because Frank Martin is skilled. He's athletic. He got power. You see what I mean? So those are things that could definitely benefit him in the fight. But it's really just being uh, okay with, going through the fire, because it seems like everybody that fights Gervonta runs into the fire eventually. You feel what I mean? So it'll be a lot of mental shit, a lot of mental reps. You know what I mean? Just going back, watching a lot of film, watching some tendencies in Gervonta Davis, and just making sure the defense on point. You know what I'm saying? And constantly, yeah, I'm about to block this dude, bro. I'm about to really block this dude. Uh, Stop Motion says William Cepeda got a fight announced on July 6th against the dude Pitbull Cruz fought on a Crawford Spence undercard. I believe he's talking about I think his name is like Giovanni or some shit like that. Let me see. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that tall, awkward ass dude. Let me see. Giovanni Cabrera. Yep. Shout out to Dabrowski for that. Yeah, let's get him up out of here. Let's pack him up. Yeah, I had to pack him up, yo. He do too much. But yeah, Giovanni Cabrera, yeah. He's very defensively irresponsible. So if William Cepeda doesn't stop him, I'll be highly disappointed in his performance. I ain't gonna lie to you. It seems like that dude stylistically is tailor made for Cepeda, if we being honest. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, that's an okay fight, I guess. It seems like Cepeda, the way that they carry him and matchmaking him right now, they still in the process of growing and developing him. You feel what I mean? They don't seem like they're ready to throw him in there with the top dogs yet. You know what I'm saying? He fought the Jojo Diaz. He got a former world champion on his belt and shit like that. But when they fought Jojo Diaz, he was already a lost cause, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, Cepeda, he's looking good. You know what I mean? He got an exciting style. He's very fan friendly to watch. Let's not get that mistaken at all. But in terms of throwing him in there with the top dog, it seems like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you put something in the oven, like, you know what I mean? It's warming up. You know what I mean? It's almost ready to eat and shit like that. But, it's just it just need a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? That's where I feel like Cepeda is at right now. Shout out to my boy Simba in the building. You feel what I mean? He want to stop by and get some recognition on the channel. What's up, my brother? It's my boy right here. But he said JoJo buzzed him with a right hook. Hey man, these things could happen. When you take as many chances as Cepeda does, it's gonna be a matter of time before you get hit with some shit that gets your attention. You feel what I mean? Shout out to my boy Lorenzo in the building. Mimi in the building. She said, long time no see. Hey, handsome. I feel like Tank will win this, but I'm not counting Frank out. I think Tank will pull it off, though. I think so as well. I think stylistically, Gervonta Davis could defeat Frank Martin. You feel what I mean? I do think he could. I think he could defeat Frank Martin. And if he does defeat, if he like washes Frank Martin, that'll be highly impressive to me, because I do rate Frank Martin as one of the top guys in lightweight that doesn't have a title. You feel what I mean? So that'll be dope. That'll be crazy to see. Yeah, the cat pulled up on the trolls. Yeah. Some of them play that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He run down on niggas. Feel me? Tank says William Cepeda duck Shakira. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. There was a lot of people avoided Shakur, man. And when you heard William Cepeda's coach Panda talk about Shakur, they have a high level of admiration for that boy, man. So I feel like, in all honesty, they feel like they got not ready for him yet, or he's not at the certain stage in his career yet where they can make the most money off of it. So they chilling right now. They just gonna keep building him until they able to cash him out. That's what a lot of these promoters do, man. They don't really be protecting these guys. They just feel like they can't get the most money out of them yet, so they just gonna keep building them up, keep building them up, and then when they feel like he's bringing he could get a bag that they can't refuse, then they'll cash him out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they did with Jaime Munguia. Like Jaime Munguia, they was like, yo, he got potential to make a lot of money, man. He got a potential to make a lot of money. So we just gonna keep feeding him these bums, keep building his record up, keep building his record up. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got that Canelo Alvarez fight offer, they was like, oh yeah, that's a bag we can't refuse. We gonna cash him out. You feel what I mean? And if he would have beat Canelo, shit, even better. But yeah, that's all these promoters do, man. They just they beef these fighters up for the slaughter. That's just what it is. No, my brother, I don't, not too high, not too low, man. I don't really, I don't get that shit. Getting compliments don't really boost my ego, man. You know what I'm saying? Really don't. Uh, Thoroughbred boxing. What up? What up? I love that picture, by the way. I'm actually about to go get some frames. I was actually about to get some unframed like canvases of the 80s fighters. You know what I'm saying? The Sugar Ray Leonards, the Marvin Haglers, the Tommy Hearns, the Roberto Durans. I was gonna get that all put up on this wall. I got a long ass fucking wall right here. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about getting the two unframed pictures right here by my TV, and then putting two over here as well. I gotta figure it out, man. I need somebody that's good with like interior design and shit like that. You feel me? Cause I've been here since March 1st, and I still haven't really made this shit a home where like I'm decorating and shit like that. You feel me? I gotta really figure that out. Texas 16 South said you need a Rican and Philly flag. I don't even know if Philly got a flag. But I got a Rican flag. I just don't. I'm not one of those prideful Ricans that like carry their flag everywhere they go, or you know what I'm saying, put my Rican flag on my car. Like I'm not one of them type Ricans. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you move tomorrow, man. Blessings, blessings. I hope your moving out process goes well. Coffee Plan said, "Would you ever leave Philly?" Nah. Based off of my career and what I want to do, I happen to be in one of the boxing capitals of the country. I got a lot of shit going on right here, man. My son lives here. My boxing gym is here. My fighters are here. So I don't really feel the need to go anywhere. You see what I'm saying? I do eventually would like to live part-time in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Stay there for a couple months throughout the year. But for the most part, no, I'm staying in Philly, man. I don't really feel the need to go anywhere else. Every state has a state flag. Does the city of Philly have one? It's possible. It's definitely possible. You know what I'm saying? I just never seen it. I know every state has a flag. We known as the Keystone State, and I seen the PA flag before, but the Philly flag, I don't think I've ever seen that. Let me actually look that up and see if let me see if they got a flag. We do. We actually do. It's blue and yellow. I actually didn't know that. That's crazy. You never see that flag out here. You'll see a motherfucking Philly sign, a 76er sign, a Flyer sign, an Eagle sign before you ever see the Philadelphia flag. That's crazy. Learn something new every day, though. My boy Jay Cash says, that's what's up. My goal is to have a cheap house in a small town in Ohio and live part-time in the Virgin Islands of PR because they don't pay federal income tax. But that's what a lot of people doing right now. That's why Jake Paul live over there, Logan Paul. There's a lot of celebrities that's moving out to Puerto Rico because of that. And you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful place to live, man. Like where my dad got a house at in Puerto Rico, it's beautiful, man. We got mountains, we got the beach right down the block, man. Beautiful people, restaurants. just great energy, man. It's safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Like you could chill outside at 3, 4 in the morning and you could just hear like like the crickets chirping, the frogs croaking. I think the Koki, you know what I'm saying? They be out there. It's just beautiful, peaceful, man. You know what I'm saying? And my dad got a beautiful house over there as well. So uh it's dope. Texas says get the Philly skyline on a Peyton one day. I believe that's supposed to say San Antonio. San Antonio skyline in my living room. That's actually dope. Oh, okay. You did mean San Antonio. Okay. What's good with this boost fight you going to know? I'm not decided yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not decided yet. I would like to go. I do want to cover media there, man. I think I applied for a credential, but I haven't heard anything back yet because I'm a smaller channel. I mean, I doubt it, but it's worth taking a chance because if I'm actually able to get tickets to the fight, I mean, if I'm actually able to get into the fight through media, through like a media pass, then that'll actually be dope. You feel what I mean? But yeah. So I just need to learn how to speak a little bit of Spanish. Spanish is difficult on some real shit. I ain't really start getting and I'm still not like completely fluent. So let's not jump the gun or whatever. But I didn't really start to really get a lock on Spanish until I went to high school and actually took Spanish classes because my dad speaks fluent Spanish, my mom speaks fluent Spanish, but they didn't really pass it along to me. They didn't really care for me to know Spanish. You know what I mean? Which I thought was kind of fucked up. I wish I had learned that shit early. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot to learn. There's an app called Duolingo though that teaches you really well. You feel me? Yeah. He says tomorrow is the big day for Ryan Garcia. It definitely is. If somehow, some way, this fucking B sample don't got Austrian in it, these motherfucking Ryan Garcia fans are gonna go ape shit, bro. They're gonna go ape shit. Ryan Garcia gonna think he the second coming of Christ. That shit is gonna be fucking wild, bro. But if he tests dirty, they're gonna continue running with the same narratives. Man, they set Ryan up, man. He didn't really do that. They just trying to save Devin Haney. Bill Haney paid for that dirty B sample. Yeah. Fucking haters, bro. Why did the B sample take this long anyway? Genuine question. I have no idea. I don't know what VADA's process is or New York State Athletic Commission. I have no idea what their process is, but somehow, some way, it takes 6 weeks to study a sample. I don't know. I don't know what's so sophisticated about the process that it requires 6 weeks, but you know, I don't fucking know, bro. They gonna say Illuminati if it's dirty. He was speaking out against the higher power, and they got mad, so they put Austrian in his urine. Okay. So let's completely forget that Ryan Garcia was talking about. Oh, he knows it's a good idea, guys. If they just allowed fighters to do steroids and then just fight each other, wouldn't that be fucking amazing? Like, nigga, no. The fuck? Why didn't nobody say that? People just laughing along, like, oh yeah, he's so funny, Ryan. Can I get your number? Fucking blades. Straight blades, bro. Yep. That's exactly what they're gonna say. All these conspiracy theories gonna come out of nowhere. Like, you did peep that on the 20th day of April, he hit Devin Haney with 20 left hooks, and then he did 20 blood tests, he did 20 urine tests, and you know, they gonna 20 plus 20 equals 40. So if you divide that by 3, don't be that type bullshit. That's how stupid these motherfuckers be sounding. But yeah, man, I think I like halfway answer who will come out on top of the 135 division. I think that Shakur Stevenson will be left out of those big fights, unfortunately, because he shot himself in the foot with talking crazy about Top Rank. It seems like a realistic fight that I have for Lomachenko is Baranchek, unless Gervonta Davis is serious about fighting Loma next, which he said on social media. then it seems like Lomachenko is going to be in a good position. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I feel like if Lomachenko had two options in front of him, whether it's Gervonta or Shakur, he's going to go with Gervonta all day. Not only because Gervonta Davis is the bigger draw, but because there's also a belt on the line. So, you know, would you take the WBC title shot against Shakur and get a regular bag? Or would you get the WBA title, Gervonta's WBA title on the line with a big bag on the line? You know what I mean? If you get the best of both worlds with Gervonta Davis, then you're gonna rock with Gervonta Davis. So we'll see, man. We'll see. You know, I think that although Gervonta Davis won't fight all of the names, in all honesty, it seems like he's, he does do whatever the fuck he want. Um, I think he beat Loma, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he'll beat Loma. Shakur Stevenson going, I don't know. Shakur Stevenson got to make something happen, man. I don't know if he's going to have to do another extension with Top Rank. That's literally the only way. If he plans on being undisputed, bro, if he really plans on being undisputed, he's going to have to do some type of deal with Top Rank, bro. Look at it. Just look at what's going on in the division. 2 of the 3 belts that he currently wants. Well, Dennis Baranchek is with K2, but they just did a fight. They just made a fight with Top Rank. So I'm sure they could get that going again. I'm sure K2 and Top Rank got a good relationship. You see what I mean? So Top Rank can make these fights happen for him. And with Gervonta Davis, they'll definitely come together to make the fight happen. So Sean Terrence said Tank will definitely stop Loma. That's an easy bet. Well, Loma gonna be there. Like those body shots Devin Haney hit Loma with, he not taking many of those from Gervonta. I'm telling you that right now. The Quip says, "What's up with the Charlos though?" I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I see that Jermel, he's spending time with his family or whatever, and I seen that he also put a petition in the fight for the what is it, the WBA world title at 154. So maybe if Terrence Crawford comes out successful against Madrimov, this is the thing though. It seems like Terrence Crawford got so much shit in play right now. I don't know if Jermel's gonna be a fight for him. You see what I mean? Like if he goes up and he beats Madrimov and becomes the new champion at 154 for the WBA, right? He gonna and Turkey Al-Sheikh offers the fight with Canelo Alvarez towards the end of the year. You think that he gonna fight Charlo next? No, he gonna go after that Canelo fight. That's what he been calling for. And he already told y'all he not really interested in Jermel due to his last performance. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's a fight that'll happen, but that's what I heard about Jermel. Jermel, on the other hand, he over here getting drunk, you know what I'm saying, banging out, driving while intoxicated charges, and everything under the sun except boxing. You see what I mean? It seemed like he was locked in when he fought Jose Benavidez. It seemed like his mind was at the right place, but he stepped out the gym and he resorted to doing the same shit that he was doing. I seen him on the island drinking, you know what I'm saying, which is definitely not a good thing to do, especially when you got a history of drinking. He probably relapsed, in all honesty. Both of these dudes are having legal issues from what I understand. So, I don't know. The Charlos, they just on some nut shit. It seemed like since they've been on bad terms that they've been crashing out. They need to find a way to reconcile and, had a brother, the love for each other that they once had at one point, because it seemed like they stronger together than apart. That's what it seemed like, to me at least. He said, I just want to see Jamal beat Caleb Plant and retire. That's the thing, though. I don't think he beating Caleb Plant. I don't think this version of Jamal Charlo, who's not dedicated to boxing, this man was just on live talking about how he don't want to box no more. That he don't love boxing no more, that he want to kiss this shit goodbye and all that. We talking about that version of Jamal Charlo going up against Caleb Plant, who's very still in love with boxing, cuts no corners, could box. He has some respectable power as well. He fights at a higher weight class. I don't know. I just trust Caleb Plant's character more at this point in time than Jamal. So I don't know Jamal with the current mind frame that he's in, I don't see him defeating Caleb Plant right now. Just like how I don't see Adrian Broner defeating Blair Cobbs next. If he beats Blair Cobbs, I'll be surprised. You know what I mean? The only thing that Adrian Broner got going right now is that he's in camp with Tank, so he's focused and he's not resorting to the outside bullshit. You know, he got depressed because everybody gave up on him, but Tank told him to join camp with him. So that's probably the only good thing that he got going on. Besides that, I think Blair beats him. Do you think Brian Castano could beat Tim Tszyu? He did very good against Charlo. He did very well against Charlo. He went on his shield in that second fight. But both fights were very entertaining, especially that first fight, bro. That first fight, it was a draw, so obviously it was competitive. To answer your question, I don't know if he beats Tim Tszyu. If you look at Brian Castano, I feel like he's very undersized for 154. I was surprised that he was at 154 when I first seen him because he looked like a welterweight in all honesty, but somehow, some way, with his aggressive, come forward style, he's been able to be successful in the division. I do think that Tim Tszyu is bigger than him. I think he's stronger than him. I think that I will slightly edge that out to Tim Tszyu if they were to fight, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but Brian Castano, a dog. He a dog. That man is a former world champion, so you gotta respect him. You know what I mean? And Jermell was the man at the division at that point in time, and he gave him everything. He gave that boy hell. He gave him everything he was looking for. So I can't, underestimate Castano. And he gave Lara a tough ass fight too. Man, when I first started watching in like 2018, the Charlos seemed like they would be around for a while. Crazy how times change, bro. That's gonna be the reality for a lot of these fighters, bro. A lot of motherfuckers, they come and go, or they be at a high at one point and they hit an all-time low within a couple fights. A lot of these fighters that we currently discuss today as being a big deal and being great in boxing, there's gonna be some of them at the end of their career, they become journeymen. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say journeymen, but gatekeepers. Who would have ever thought that Shane Mosley, who was a fucking beast at 135, 147, and all that shit, will end up being the gatekeeper for all these young dudes towards the end of his career? Who would have thought Yuriorkis Gamboa, who was the fucking man at 130, 135, will end up being the gatekeeper for all these dudes? Who would have thought that? Nobody really. You know what I mean? But that's just how the game go. Not everybody lead the boxing game on their terms. There's some people that's going to start off well, lose one fight, and never be the same. They might, you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a whole lot of that. The Charlos, they look like, I don't know if they could bounce back from this situation, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if Jamel, coming off of that performance against Canelo where his stock just hit an all-time low, I don't know if he's going to be able to overcome that. I don't know if people are going to still respect him how they used to. I feel like that was a heavy stain on his jacket, and whenever you bring up Jamel, you bring up that shitty-ass performance he had. And that's just what it is, man. That's why you got to come prepared for every fight. And you got to shit. If Jamel would have went on his shield, he would have had a lot more respect. But the approach that he took, after all that shit that he talks and stuff like that, and how respectful he was of Canelo, bro, it just wasn't a good look. Thoroughbred Boxer says, I thought Maul was going to look bad against Jose because of all the shit that was going on. He shocked me, though. I thought Maul was going to look rusty against Jose. And I ain't going to lie to you. He kind of did in the beginning rounds, but it almost seemed like the rust was falling off of him as the rounds went on. It was like shit, like his time has started to come back. Like you just see it all coming together as the rounds progressed. I did think that I was very confident that Jamal was going to beat Jose, though. Jose started as low as 140 pounds, and now he's fighting him at a catch weight at 164 against a guy who, started at 54, but was a huge 54, acclimated to 160 shit, looked like overnight. So I knew that Jamal had the significant strength advantage. I knew that he had the overall size advantage, and I didn't think that there was anything that Jose Benavidez could have done to, deter or discourage Jamal. You feel what I mean? Despite the inactivity, I just knew that Jamal would have had the upper hand, and he did. You know what I'm saying? He hurt Benavidez. He hurt Jose Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He dominated the fight. A lot of shit. Seemed like with his jab alone, he had a lot of success. So I wasn't really concerned. You know what I'm saying? But if that would have been David Benavidez, it'd have been curtains. You feel what I mean? But I think Jose, he's just not on that world class elite level. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's just a notch below the world champions. So he can make things competitive. He can give some obstacles, but he doesn't have it within himself to beat those elite dudes. So I already knew that Jamal had it in the bag. He just had to show up. You feel what I mean? Texas 16 South says those lines have too many distractions going on outside the ring to be effective in the ring. I agree with you. Both of them. You see what I mean? I ain't about to speak on Jamal Charlo's situation with his wife and all that shit, but that was a little messy situation. And Jamal had a sticky situation with his wife, and Jamal and Jamal wives are fighting each other outside the arena. Bro, it was just a fucking huge, huge fucking dilemma, bro. Just very messy, very negative, toxic. They definitely gotta get that situated if they ever want to come back to the sport and and go into these training camps with a clear mind. That's for sure. You know what I mean? But let's talk about this Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin undercard. You feel what I mean? Let's talk about that real quick because honestly, I want to see what you guys think before I get up out of here. This is gonna be the last thing I speak about. So let's pull up this undercard right here. I'm gonna let you guys know right now exactly what the headline would be. I thought I seen it on Michael Benson's page, but apparently not. So let's go back to the gram. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Where the fuck was I watching this at? Where did I get the card from? Let's see. ESPN, ringside. Damn, I can't find it anywhere. What the hell? Let me see if Premier Boxing has it. Okay. All right. PBC does have it on their page. Let me see. Let me read this real quick. Dabrowski says, I was actually leaning towards Mel. Crazy enough, I thought he had the ability to shoot in between Canelo shots off the back foot, but he just got bitched. I just think that he's not a fucking 168, bro. So I knew like his legs wouldn't be as strong. I knew that his punch resistance wouldn't be there. When you ever seen Jamel get dropped like that and having to reset like that, you know, he just didn't look like himself. He went up into a weight class he had no experience in. You know what I'm saying? He came in like instead of coming underweight where he had some speed and agility, I think he came in like right on the mark. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. I just knew that he was in over his head. It was an uphill battle. So with this Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin undercard, we are seeing the return of Gary Antoine Russell. He's going to be fighting Alberto Puello. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the pay-per-view undercard. And following that, the WBC middleweight world champion Carlos Adames, who just received the full status champion after Jamal Charlo's legal trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be going up against Terrell Goucher. So that's the undercard right there, man. And obviously, the co-main event is David Benavidez versus Alexander Volzdik, along with the main event, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So overall, what I think about this pay-per-view overall, man, I think the main event and the co-main event sell itself. You know, Benavidez is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing, one of the most popular fighters in boxing, along with, Tank Davis and Frank Martin. It's a lot of exciting styles on one card. So and two big names on one card. You feel what I mean? So the co-main event and the main event is lit. However, the undercard, I'm not too enthused about, man. I don't know if Gary Antoine Russell, I don't know if I wanted to see him fight Alberto Puello. You feel what I mean? Carlos Adames versus Terrell Goucher. I'm not really feeling that neither. I don't know if Terrell Goucher deserves a title shot at middleweight right now. You know what I mean? When, he was average at 154 pounds. All of a sudden, he's fighting for the WBC middleweight championship of the world. I don't really get that. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not too enthused with this pay-per-view undercard, but I am going to be tuned in. I am going to be supporting the pay-per-view because it has one of my favorite fighters on there, David Benavidez. I would love to see. I'm very excited to see how he debuts at 175. I want to see if he's anything different. Is he stronger? Is he slower? I want to see exactly how he goes up against Volzdik, who is a former world champion. He defeated Adonis Stevenson, you know what I'm saying, who was one of the biggest punchers in his era. You know what I'm saying? He almost sent Adonis Stevenson up to God. If you know, you know. And I ain't exaggerating either. Adonis almost didn't make it. So this is a dangerous fight. Vosek only has one loss to Artur Beterbiev. Um, you know, and Gervonta Davis, you know what I'm saying? He's finally going up against a different style. You know, Frank Martin is still a flat-footed dude, but he does have the athleticism. He has hand speed. He has respectable power. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about Frank Martin, he don't look shook of Gervonta Davis at all. So it seems like he got some confidence on his side as well. So he has a world-class trainer in him with him, and Derek James, who's one of my favorite trainers currently in boxing. So it's all right. This is I mean the co-main and the main, it sells itself. You feel what I'm saying? If you're not going to tune in for anything, you're going to tune in to see David Benavidez, and you're going to tune in to see Gervonta Davis shortly afterwards. So is it the best card? No, but I'll take it considering they got Benavidez and Tank on it alone. You feel what I'm saying? Adonis was out of his prime. I mean, that may be true, but Adonis was still champion. You see what I mean? That may have been true. You feel me? But he still was WBC light heavyweight champion of the world. And I was very disappointed that Andre Ward and him didn't knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? For Undisputed. I would have loved to have seen that. But for some reason, neither one of them dudes really cared to make the fight happen. So it is what it is. PBC need to get it together. I think slowly but surely they would. They will. You know what I'm saying? They had the best year. 2023, they dominated boxing. So, we gotta see how they bounce back off of this. You feel what I mean? But all right, y'all. That's pretty much my live for the day, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in and checked in with your boy, man. If y'all can hit the like button on the way out, it is very much appreciated. I'm tired as hell, as always. Y'all can see it on my face. Got a day ahead of me tomorrow, man. I gotta drop my son off. Gotta go to work. You know what I mean? Go to the gym, all that good shit, man. So, I'm a go to bed for the night. You feel what I mean? But I appreciate everybody that came in and tuned in. I'm gonna be more active with the videos. You know what I mean? These last few days been a little rocky. You know what I mean? It's been a rough couple of days. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I haven't really had time to create content. You know what I'm saying? But we back with the videos tomorrow. For sure, because we got to see exactly what the B sample is hitting for Ryan Garcia, and there's plenty of other things that I could talk about as well, like the lightweight division. So we'll see. I hope everybody has a blessed, beautiful day. Have a blessed, beautiful night. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, man. Peace.